Good morning, everyone. It's Joker, and today we are back with another slime video, an expected slime video, because we knew since this month's live stream that Heroes Jubilee would be starting on the 16th of September, or the 17th, depending on your time zone, which is tomorrow. So we do have a content preview in the news going from the 17th to the 20th. Now, the only things that are going to be in here that I am 100% sure of is Jubilee and the Wielder of Magic rerun. Anything else in here is extra. And right now, I don't know if they have enough room to push anything else, considering we still have about 10 days left of the Extreme Challenge quest. The Tempest Elite beatdown battle is leaving and is getting replaced by the Wielder of Magic rerun, but we still have the current beatdown battle and the World of Fantasy up, so there's still a lot to do if you have not cleared those already. So I don't expect anything else in here. I don't know why it's going for 3 days worth, because it all should drop tomorrow. So okay, well, let's just find out. Okay, so yeah, there's the Wielder of Magic rerun. We'll talk about that team in a minute. Guaranteed ticket pack, or no, 30% ticket packs. There's going to be probably pity on here. Yeah, 30% Bazaar points, you get a 30% ticket. Yeah, sure. Chance to pick up Water Hinata from the quote-unquote second anniversary, and Shizu. Shizu is not it. Oh. Visions of Coleus. Wait, are they double rerunning? Oh my god, they are. Holy shit. Uh, okay. So we're we're gonna have 4 beatdown battles going on at once. Okay, well, if we're gonna be completely honest, Wielder of Magic is a trap. This team is ass now. Hinata is cool and everything, but whatever. Visions of Coleus, though. This is the second anniversary meta. Like, the prime time second anniversary meta. Jean, Blanc, and Violet are still very good in their own right, as is Visions of Coleus Lumi, and the VOC Rimuru with the rainbow orbs. Cleash, as the free-to-play character coming from the beatdown, is kind of ass, but the rest of the team is really, really good. Oh, okay. Tempest Heroes Jubilee versus Guy. So this is the first iteration of the newly revamped Heroes Jubilee, with the group ranking separate from the overall percentage ranking. We'll have to see what it actually looks like. Yeah, overall ranking, group ranking. In the overall ranking, you can get rewards like moats and platinum hammers. In group rankings, you get rewards like crystals, and collect Bazaar points to exchange for 5-star guaranteed Tempest Medal of Honor recruit tickets. God, that's a title. Which you can use to get EX characters. So I did a breakdown of what the difference is and what you can expect from the different rankings overall in a previous video earlier this month. I'll probably put that in the video description in case you want to check it out. It only talks about Jubilee there and everything that's coming. All right, so here's the beatdown for Ranga. And they're adding they're adding Masayuki into the town. Well, that's cool. Yeah, I guess that does make sense. Okay, so Ranga as a free-to-play character is not super good. Orange teams obviously are not looked upon very highly. We've had one this year, and that was New Year's, so it's now mid-September. Have not had another orange meta since then. He only works really on his own team too, so he's very, very limited, but he is, again, just a free-to-play character to get if you don't already have him. Okay, so Masayuki is permanent, and then, yeah, here is the beatdown for Cleash. Okay, so this starts on the 20th. So there's going to be a few days in between the start of the rerun for Wielder of Magic and then the start of the Visions of Coleus beatdown battle. This goes until the 15th as well, which, looking at it, so that's the 15th UTC, it's the 14th for myself, and that should be the date that we get the quote-unquote part 1 of the 3rd anniversary. So remember that whatever comes next meta on the 26th of September, so 11 days from now, it's going to be a Protector and Battle unit. And then there's going to be a 2-week gap in between that. So the 26th and then somewhere around the 10th to the 14th. I based it off the 14th from last year. If we look at it, Anniversary Part 1 was the 13th, right? So it's around that time frame. So I can see, oh no, not that far. I could see this coming, especially now that we got this ending. We have the Shion banner also ending on the 15th UTC, 14th for me. It kind of just conveniently adds up to the time frame that I'm expecting. So this will be labeled Part 1 of the third Annie with a double featured banner. Before that, on the 26th, will be a double featured banner as well. So these banners do have extra value because it's 2 new featured characters, but there's going to be a gap in between them, and people need to be prepared for that. But with Visions of Coleus coming, is that the only thing? Okay, yeah. Okay, so man, Visions of Coleus is still a really good team. It's still a really powerful team. Like, we still use Violet to this day. We still use Rimuru. Blanc is pretty much almost a necessity on a lot of teams at this point. Jean is, I think, the least useful character out of a batch of very good characters, and that still shows the power that she can give. 100% alt damage, 70% for Primal Demon. She really helped out the actual Primal Demon meta when it came out because she was doing goddamn 3 different things for that team. Yeah, this is a rerun that is very good on paper, but they're giving it to us specifically before the 3rd anniversary. They're like, hey, remember the 2nd anniversary? Remember how good it is? You should waste all your crystals now. That way you have nothing for the 3rd anniversary. That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to super duper bait you because we've had all these reruns, all these other metas that you shouldn't have summoned for. Like, you shouldn't have summoned for Protector of Peace. I know a lot of people wanted to summon for Ogre's Pride because it did a literal shit ton of damage. Prosper Trap, Commander Trap, Exalted Champions was a 2.5 Annie. That was a good banner to summon on. But you have all these teams that you should have skipped. And then you have Visions of Coleus going back a full year. And it's still a good team. God knows what this is going to do, though. Because Visions of Coleus, still being good for a year, still being very powerful when it came out, means that the 3rd anniversary team will be very powerful when it comes out. And still good probably a year from now. You want to summon for this banner. For these characters, not this banner, not this fucking banner, not this fucking meta, certainly not. Okay, so don't fall for the bait. I know Visions of Coleus is very tempting. Don't do it. Stay strong. You have just over a month left. October 28th. It's currently September 15th for me. Just a little bit more time. A little bit more time before everyone can go buck fucking wild for this triple featured unit banner. Okay, so here's the wielder of magic meta, led by Halloween Milim with Halloween Shinsha. Single target DPS has not been used. Like, neither of them. I know some of the sweaty tryhards liked Milim for Valor Cup. She's been hard replaced by Shion. And Shion is not getting replaced for a long time, probably, until they power creep herself with another orange team that does whatever she does, but with more power. Milim is still one of the older characters that didn't have a passive skill point gain. You got points every time you used Milim, and oranges do not cycle protection gauge very well. Even with skills on this team to help them cycle, it's still not very good. So Ranga is limited to this team pretty much. He's got an orb change specifically for Wielder of Magic. He's got Pierce Power and Orange skill point buff, something like that. It's really only good for this team. Shizu is a gimmick. She's got the skill reset that you can use once. She's got the alt gauge and the alt resistance down for magic character. Alt gauge rush for magic characters and alt resistance down of a very small amount. Shinsha, again, is a single target DPS that has the problem with every single target DPS, is that they're only good for themselves and nothing else. Hinata, by far the best unit to come out of this meta because she's universally buffing every element, which has now been kind of power crept because almost every element or every damage dealer at this point has an element buff somehow attached to them. So her usefulness has very much dropped off the past I'd say 4 or 5 months. Violet is not actually on this team. She was just the best option at the time. Well, she didn't exist when this meta came out, actually, to be perfectly honest with you. We used someone else. Once Violet came out for Visions of Coleus, she got put onto this team because it helps Shinsha do more damage. This is not a team you should summon for. This team is very, very underpowered at this point, and power crept out of existence. There's no reason that you should be running this except for the one time you want to test it out when you get all the units and be like, I wonder how this ran. And then you'll realize that it's kind of meh. Meh. Now, Visions of Coleus, on the other hand, being the second anniversary primetime meta team, is very, very strong. Cleash, as a free-to-play character, is kind of ass. She's not on Visions of Coleus. She's not on Octagram Demon Lord, which is what Lumi was buffing. Visions of Coleus and Octagram Demon Lord get the stacks. Cleash isn't on neither of them. So someone logic me that. Because the devs sure didn't. She's okay. She has a 55-point debuff, which is magic resistance down, which I guess is cool. Don't really use her all that much as far as free-to-plays are concerned. Coleus Rimuru, again, the first character to have Unity/Rainbow orbs, converts his own orbs to blue, converts all blue orbs to rainbows once. Very powerful for just smashing through gauges. Now we have New Year's Rimuru who does that in a more consistent, controlled basis. But still, a very good character, and AoE. Blanc, she's been... I don't know if I can say anything new about Blanc that you haven't already heard before. Violet, the same thing. These two are mainstays on any blue-focused team that's magic-related, and Blanc doesn't have to be magic-related at all, just weakness strike and synergy down. Violet with the big-time magic buff, triple orb change. Jean is the... I can't decide if she's least useful or if Reamer's least useful out of these 4 summonable characters. Either way, all 4 of them are very good. Very good. She's more damage, but she still has 100% alt damage for everybody, 70% more for Primal Demons, 50% space resistance down, which again did help out the actual Primal Demon meta, because Diablo and Space Blanc were space. And then she's got her own synergy power buff, which is only for her. It's not very big, though, and it's inconsequential to the point. But this team is very good, but still, it's almost a year old. It's a month away, month and a half from being a year old. Very good. Save your crystals for the actual 3rd anniversary team. So we will do showcases for all the beatdowns and everything. I have... Okay, so let me show you guys something. This is the schedule that I make every month for video releases. Everything in red is already done. Everything in white still needs to be done. Jubilees obviously haven't come out yet. I haven't finished Free-to-Play Frey yet. I've used her a lot, but then we have the Wielder of Magic EX2, Part 1, Part 2, Inferno 3. I guess, since I made that post saying we're going to double or triple up, I had room on the 24th and 25th to do Visions of Coleus rerun videos, and then I'm assuming the live stream, it's either going to be the 26th or 25th. It could be either of those days, so I'll just rip it out and move it somewhere if I have to. But this has been a busy fucking month, and I'm really fucking tired. Let's just put it that way. It's a good problem to have of having content, but there does become a point of too much content. 12 stages of EX Challenge Quest. We've got Heroes Jubilee. We've got another rerun. And then we have another rerun after that. We might be going in the extreme opposite direction now of not having enough content and not having beatdowns available to having too much content, too many beatdowns that not enough people can spread out their stamina efficiently. Thankfully, we're getting to the point where people should be getting close to the milestone rewards. Maybe not completely finished if you don't have the full team, but they're getting close to getting Frey done and everything like that. So you don't have to dedicate as much stamina to the actual story quests. Quarter of Awakening, like, if you don't want to do it, you really don't have to. Just do each stage and get the 5 crystals and call it a day. Harvest Quest is good for extra stamina, but EX Challenge Quest, you gotta, if you want to get out all the missions, it's 3 clears per stage, 12 times, 36 runs total. It's a lot of stamina. Beat down, beat down, beat down. we got a lot to do. So we might be hitting the extreme other side of the spectrum now. But let me know what you guys think of the upcoming Heroes Jubilee revamp, and the 2 reruns coming. Are you getting fatigued by the amount of content and the amount of beatdown battles? I actually honestly do want to know. It can go into the surveys whenever they put another one out, which they should do for the 3rd anniversary. Let me know your thoughts. But that's it from me, guys. Take it easy, and I'll see you all later.